to just get us started would be a quick overview at the moment of how the existing live show works, because you've now got 4 guys on the stage?
5. There's 5 of us now. So primarily there's 3 of us. After the album we sort of digressed and found a need to go more to a band setup. So we've taken on a full-time guitarist and a full-time vocalist, Cam, who's been working with us for some time now.
6 years or so.
Yeah.
Nothing large.
Yeah, we invited him on, finally.
Now official.
Yeah. So things have changed since maybe a few years ago. So maybe we've been going about 6 years. We've stopped counting, but with the live stuff. It went from each of us having a laptop and MIDI syncing the whole thing. So having 2 slaves and a master. And we had various reliability problems with MIDI clock sync, as you've all probably had before. The other problem was with the amount of gear, so there's only 3 of us, but we were taking 2 carloads of gear, like full to the brim. That was getting a bit ridiculous, packing that up. So we'd do 2 hours pack up, drive to the gig, unpack, take 2 hours to set up and sound check. Just for 1 hour of playing, and then afterwards we'd have to wait around for ages because you got to wait to the end of the gig. You can't just go and rip your gear off in front of the next international. So it became a massive problem. So we, for us, and the setup we've come to today is it's not a compromise. We're quite lucky that technology is certainly has gotten a lot smaller. So you can get a lot of bang out of small things these days. So we have 3 road cases as such, so keyboard stands. This is the core setup. So you'll have Luke will have a CDX scratch mixer and another Axiom, is it 29 key? 25, thank you. You know better than me. So that has a great little setup. It's you got 2 octaves, you got 8 pads up the top. Sorry if I get the details wrong, I don't actually use one myself. So faders, knobs and all the rest of it, you can assign any which way. And the great thing is, one thing we do is we use global channel assign. So if you ever see us during our sets when we're changing presets, instead of having a synthesizer where you change presets, we just change from 1 to 16. We're not gonna, I don't think we'll play over 16 songs, so use 16 channels. Yeah, so each channel has an input and then we just change per song. Everything's already loaded up and running on the master laptop, which is running Ableton and Reason. It's what we use to produce as well, so it's very easy for us to pull that into the live setup. It's been one of the big things that sort of hindered us at the start, but for our workflow and setting it up, especially the sound design side of things, being able to bring it in, you just drag and drop the channel and you're away.
So even though you're all still on different workstations, are you all running off one laptop at the moment rather than?
Yep. So as higher powered laptop as we can get. Just run some RAM in it, fast disk and dual core CPU.
Fast disk is essential because we do a lot of sample based stuff on there, so it's just constantly, the hard drive's constantly going mad, and we were getting into trouble with 5400 RPM drives with glitching and stuff with our samples throughout the set, so we quickly realised we needed high bandwidth and fast drives, so
Going to SATA disk.
Yeah, we just
whatever.
had to hike up some loans and get some fast laptop, and so basically it's all driven mainly from a central laptop, loading up various samplers and synthesizers through Reason and effects through Ableton, all controlled via our Axiom MIDI controllers, and got a Behringer motorised fader controller as well, which we do levels with, and yeah, so basically it's all MIDI from each station back to the laptop through a is it M Audio or MIDI Man 8x8 MIDI splitter and MIDI router basically, and so yeah, everybody goes into that, and then that goes into the laptop and into 8 and 8 out sound cards. So I've also got
My 2 Traveller.
your Core Grey as well.
Oh right, yeah.
Coming into the sound card.
So you're all generally looking after different aspects of those tracks. So
Yeah, we've broken down the tracks into what each person can play, and basically just practice what we each need to play from each track. And so we're not actually assigned to one thing for the whole set. You know, we sort of mix it up a little bit as to who plays what sort of throughout the set.
So you're just running one big Reason project with all those synths preloaded, and then
Pretty
when you
much,
switch
yeah.
each channel, it then starts addressing a different.
Yeah, it depends. So you might have some synthesis, but there's the whole thing of you can sample out the synthesis. So you split that out. The great thing with sampling is it doesn't take that much CPU load, or as much. It takes up disk though and RAM. So those become a trade-off when you're sort of designing a set as such. In the electronic world, we don't have the luxury of always just on the fly doing things. You have to sort of pre-think things. Although with our setup, especially with Sam and Cam coming on board, I'll go into that a bit later. Yeah, it's more band orientated.